confirmed in the province in the last 24 hours. That's the most recorded in a single day since the beginning of the pandemic. And Andrew, officials say we're running out of time to get the virus under control.
Indeed, Kelly. Canada's chief public health officer says the window, quote, narrows with each passing day, and we have to make hard choices now. And if we don't, it'll be much harder to prevent a large resurgence across Canada. This is something that was echoed by the Premier in his latest update yesterday when he said more restrictions and announcements for red zones would be coming on Monday. Here in Quebec, even with harsher restrictions and more testing, the second wave is already surging to the highest official caseloads. Montreal alone accounts for over 400 of the 1,107 accounted today. We've also recorded 10 new deaths, one reported yesterday, the other 9 being added to previous day totals. Hospitalizations are also continuing to rise, as are those entering the ICU. Now, as François Legault put it, we are seeing the proof day after day the situation here in Quebec is critical. And just to emphasize the pervasiveness of this virus and how far it can spread, earlier today I spoke with a Pierre Fall woman who got her positive results back today. After a funeral late last month, before the new restrictions, one infected family member has now turned into 17 infected, including her nieces, uncles, aunts, her 4 children, one of which is 2 years old. Her husband is infected, and her uncle. Their workplaces are seeing outbreaks and may shut down. She says this has been a trying ordeal. We need to do all we can to keep the virus at bay.
The family has been affected with the COVID-19, and this is it's not easy, because it's been how many months already that we're dealing to prevent the spread of the virus, and here it is. It happens. And it can happen to everyone as well.
Now, if we can take any consolation from the second wave surge, Kelly, is deaths in this second wave are not climbing as high as they did in April and May. The last time we saw caseloads this high, albeit with much less testing in the population. But health experts, like one infectious disease expert at the Jewish General, tell us that's because now the virus is among younger people, accounting for many more of the spread this time around, over 50% under 50. But if cases continue to skyrocket, the number of people who become ill and die will inevitably rise as well.
Thank you so much. That's Andrew Brennan live in our newsroom tonight.
Passing day. Nationwide, there were 1,800 new cases today. About a third of them were in Ontario, with the majority in Quebec, which just had its biggest daily spike ever. And that is where our story begins tonight with CTV's Quebec Bureau Chief Cynthia Bosch.
Quebecers are spending their first weekend under partial lockdown as the province struggles to contain outbreaks. One family's story in the red zone serves as evidence of how quickly the ferocious virus spreads.
This kind of virus can affect so many people.
A funeral in Montreal has now led to at least 17 infections in Veronica Pakuldar's family.
Can you imagine that it started with my uncle and then it spread to everybody?
Now she and experts are warning others to take extra precautions.
Many people are not accepting that the old normal is gone for a long time.
Police are on patrol checking parks, restaurants, ready to hand out fines to rule breakers during the month.